It's that time of the year again. You find yourself unpacking your Christmas decorations and start to wonder what exactly can you get your loved ones? You grab your phone and start scrolling on social media. You decide to head over to your favorite influencer, see what they have going on. And as you scroll through your phone and land on that page, you see something you didn't expect.
TikTok creator with 300,000 followers is arrested for shoplifting at a Target store, according to police. Cape Coral, Florida investigators say the suspect, Marlena Velez, scanned false barcodes with cheaper prices at the self-checkout line, allegedly stealing about $500 worth of merchandise.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Coloring and Comments, a channel where I color in mandalas and talk about trending topics. So if you're new, make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Feel free to look around and delve into the other topics I've talked about in the past. If you're not new here, welcome back. I'm glad to see you. And today we're talking about parasocial relationships. So, what exactly is a parasocial relationship? Parasocial relationship is defined as a psychological connection between a person and someone that they don't personally know, like a celebrity or a fictional character. The term was coined for the first time in 1956 by two sociologists. Let me stop here quickly. I do not know how to pronounce the second man's name, and y'all shall forgive me, especially Richard out there. I'm so sorry. And his surname is Wohl. Keep that in mind, right? Okay, so it's Donald Horton and Richard Hole. During that study, Horton and Hole found that people would form these bonds with television personalities and creating this illusion of intimacy, even though the celebrity was not aware of this relationship, right? Today, this term can be expanded to include not only celebrities, but also social media personalities or influencers. Enter Marlena Velez. So, Marlena Velez, if you have not heard of her, is a 22-year-old TikToker, a mom of two, and a Florida based influencer that shares her daily life. She talks about motherhood, fashion, and home decor, and has currently over 450,000 followers on TikTok. By all appearances, Marlena's life seems perfect. So you can imagine the shock that many fans had when on November 30th, 2024, Marlena was arrested for petty theft. And allegedly, this wasn't the first time. In this instance, they are accusing her of scanning fake or false barcodes at Target so that she could get the items at a cheaper price.
Police only had this surveillance image of Velez from Target, so they put it out to identify her. Here's a Cape Coral police spokesperson.
We actually had one person reach out on Instagram and say, hey, I want to remain anonymous, but here's their name and date of birth and their Instagram handle. So from there, we were able to look up her social media and even find on TikTok, she posted a video that day of herself going to Target, buying these items, and then taking them home with her. Everything was documented, even the outfit that she wore. It shows like her getting ready with the outfit and even her glasses, and all of that matches in the TikTok with the attempt to identify photo that we put out.
So before we continue, two things. Number one, don't do crime. Just don't. But if you really, really, really have to do crime, I mean, really have to do crime, do not put it on social media. Let that crime be between you and the good Lord Jesus and nobody else. It baffles my mind that so many people put their illegal activities on social media. Don't be an Aaron Anand, okay? Just don't. And if you don't know who Aryan Anand is, he's a young Indian student that confessed on Reddit to forging documents in order for him to get into Lehigh University in Pennsylvania. Yeah, a lot. But if you want me to talk about that in another video, just drop comment down in the comment section. Maybe leave a little book so we know we're going after the scammers, and then I can make that into another video. Second thing, social media is not real. What you're seeing on social media is just a snippet of that person's life, whoever that person is that you're looking at. Social media is not real. Social media is not the reality. But in turn, linking back to number one, there are real life consequences when you post things on social media. Okay, back to Marlena. So many of Marlena's fans were shocked and refused to believe that she could be guilty of shoplifting from all things. I mean, she's an influencer. She has the money to buy all these nice things. So it's surprising that so many people that have never met her in real life have had such an adverse reaction to her arrest. I mean, feelings of anger, betrayal, and depression at times, all stemming from a one-sided relationship. Sounds odd, right? Parasocial relationships can be very damaging to your mental and emotional well being. And in the day of social media, many of us have developed parasocial relationships without even realizing it. So you may ask, how exactly can I know if I have developed a parasocial relationship with either an influencer or celebrity or whoever, right? So I'll give you four ways in which you can spot. The first one is if you're personally invested in their success. And I mean highly invested. You want them to win at everything. And when they don't win, you are mad. You believe that people are working against them to ensure that they don't win. Because that person, whoever it is that you're looking up to, deserves to win. I mean, a good example of this is the Barb's when it comes to Nicki Minaj and her not winning a Grammy. And look, I'm part of the Barb's. I believe that Nicki Minaj deserves a Grammy. I believe those people have been cheating her. She deserves that thing. But at the same time, I cannot take it personally, the fact that she has never won a Grammy. I don't know Nicki Minaj from a bar of soap. But if you feel so personally invested in their success, then you may have developed a parasocial relationship with said celebrity. A second way you can see if you have developed a parasocial relationship is where you defend this influencer or celebrity at all costs. And for me, this is often the most disturbing one in the sense that some of these celebrities and influencers have been accused and sometimes also convicted of very disturbing things. Yet people will ride for them and say that A, they didn't do it, or B, even if they did it, they didn't really mean it that way. Okay. So several examples that I can give here, and all of them are men, and I'm not here to bash men and say all men are trash, but it is what it is. So the first example is Tory Lanez. If you don't know Tory Lanez, he is a rapper. He was convicted of shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot, right? And everybody was going to bat for that man, saying that he could never, ever shoot anybody. And these are people that have never seen him before, never talked to him in his life. But they were so convinced that he couldn't do it that they went against and started harassing Megan on her social media to tell her to stop lying, even though she's the victim, she experienced this. But because fans have such a strong um, connection and such a strong believe that they know who this person is, they feel like they can defend their character. Another example that I can give that's more recent, and here these are allegations. They have not been proven. Um, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I'm not a fan of this person, so not really not a fan. I'm indifferent to them and their music, right? So I'm not invested with what happens in that way. So the second person we're going to talk about is Jay-Z and the allegations that he, along with P. Diddy and an unknown female celebrity, SA'd a young girl at one of the industry parties. I believe it was in 2000, stand to be corrected. And y'all should see the comments in some of these videos that are talking about this topic. And I hope I don't catch some strays in this video. But people are so mad. People are saying Jay-Z could never. He is not that type of person. He is not that type of man. He's a law-abiding citizen. He respects women. And my first question is, how do you know? Do you know him personally? Have you all had a discussion? Probably not. Again, a problem with parasocial relationships. Third one, which is a trap that many of us fall into, is that we compare our lives or measure our success against those of our favorite celebrity or favorite influencer. We look at them and think, oh, they are 30 and they already have a house and car. Or they are 30 and they managed to uh, buy their kids, I don't know, a Stanley Cup and an iPhone for Christmas. And I couldn't do that. But let me remind you again that social media is not real in the terms that you're only seeing a snippet of this person's life. We don't know if that person owns that house and car outright, or if they're renting both car and house. Okay? Or in some extreme situations, some people be posing at other people's houses and taking pictures. It happens. You don't know if that person is going into debt to afford the lifestyle that they want to portray on social media, right? So you can't compare yourself to them because it's unnecessary, number one, and it's unfair because you don't even know what the measuring stick is. The fourth one is feeling betrayed when these people slip up. So, when the way when their mistakes or the way they handle certain situations really impacts you and impacts your emotions. A good example of this is football or what they call soccer in America. And if you know anybody that is a football fan and they watch that team and that team lose or draw, whatever may happen, they will be mad. They will be upset. They will cry. They will want to insult that coach because the coach is incompetent. Because they believe that that club as a collective can do better. They believe that that club owes them a certain standard of performance. And as a football lover, I can say that I am in this trap, hence why I am a recovering football fan, partially in retirement, partially not. But having these heightened feelings um, is a very good indicator when said person or said team does not perform to the level that you expect them. When you have such a visual reaction to that, that can be a very good indicator that you may be in a parasocial relationship. And don't get me wrong, it's okay to admire people, it's okay to enjoy content being created, it's okay to support Man United, hey, hey. But you have to remember that you have to draw a line, okay? What most of us fail to realize is that for celebrities and influencers, we are the product. Okay. So some of these influencers and celebrities may care for their fans, but a lot of them also know that this emotional connection can be milked and made profitable. The more you like them, the more you trust them. And the more you trust them, the more likely you are to buy their products or whatever item they are recommending or they're being sponsored to recommend. A good example of this is Lunchly by Mr. Beast. There have been allegations that the the food is moldy by the time when people buy it, even though it's not past its expiration date. But the Mr. Beast fans will go in on you if you mention that. Another example is there's a pajama line that was launched by these two social media influencers called For the Memes, and these pajamas, a set was $100. I mean, I think it's down to $75 now. But the mere fact that people would buy those pajamas that are not even of a quality to qualify for the amount being charged is insane. Yet people don't realize that those influencers have leveraged the trust that you have in them to sell you a product that is not at a level of quality that they would even indulge in, right? But I think that should be an entirely separate video of how influencers be scamming people with some of these products that they create. Again, if you want me to talk about that, drop something in the comment section and we will make it happen. But think about it. How many times have you bought something simply because your fave always talks about it? Or because your fave says that this is the best thing that has ever happened to them? So, even as we admire these influencers or these celebrities, it's very important to have healthy boundaries between yourself and said celebrity influencer team. And a couple of ways you can do this is number one, to know that relatability does not equate intimacy. So you need to remind yourself that you don't know these people on a personal basis. Yes, you can relate to them based on what they say and what they post, but you do not know them on an intimate level. You are simply watching from the outside. Second thing you should do, in addition to watching them from the outside, is knowing that or separating the content from the content creator. You can enjoy and love that content without idolizing the person behind the creation of that content. Again, I say social media is not real. Social media is simply a fraction of whoever's life they choose to show you. Third thing is you need to be a critical consumer. So if your celebrity or if your favorite influencer tells you to buy a water bottle that costs £100, before you buy that water bottle that costs £100, ask yourself, um, what is this water bottle made out of? Where can it be found? Is there something that is of the same quality that I can find for cheaper? Do I even need a new water bottle? What am I gonna do if I have like five that are sitting in the cupboard doing nothing? And after you've asked yourself all these questions and done all the research on this product, wonder or ask yourself, do I still need said product? And if the answer is no, then that just means you're about to buy $100 water bottle simply because your fave said you should. So constantly be a critical consumer whenever your fave pushes something on you. And the last thing is to diversify, right? So In accounting, they always say don't put all your eggs in one basket. You invest in company A, B, and C because you never know who's going to fail. Making sure that company A, B, and C operate in different, what is this, in different sectors, so that in case one industry fails, another industry is still thriving. It's the same thing with when it comes to social media influencers. Don't watch the same type of influencer. Diversify what you watch on social media. Diversify the type of content that each influencer is showing you at any given time. So, for example, what I've done on my feed is I have local influencers. So, from my home country, I have influencers that only make parodies. I have influencers that look at body positivity or body neutrality. And then I have influencers that are dogs because they're cute and they're fun, right? So diversify so that you don't over identify with any single person or any single way of living or viewing life. So, if anything, Marlena's story is a reminder to us that influencers are humans. They're just like you and me. They make mistakes, they're not perfect. And we have to remember that parasocial relationships are not inherently bad, but can be very detrimental to your mental well being as well as your financial well being sometimes, because these folks be making you buy the most outrageous things that cost an arm and a leg. But let me know what you think. Do you think parasocial relationships are problematic or harmless? Let's talk about it in the comment section. And if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Also, let me know what other topics you'd like me to talk about that you have seen in these YouTube streets. And like always, may your day be colorful and wonderful, and I'll see you in the next video.